Welcome to the Blocktrust Credential Builder. The Credential Builder is a user interface on top of hosted Tala Prism agents. It allows you to walk through and test different scenarios related to DIDs and verifiable credentials without the need for code. It is especially geared towards newcomers to Tala Prism and helps to understand how agents and wallets may interact with each other. But before delving into the Credential Builder itself, let's have a brief architectural overview. Prism can be seen as a Layer 2 solution based on the Cardano blockchain, with a special Prism node facilitating Prism transactions related to DIDs. To interact with Prism, one could choose one of two models. One would be to use an SDK, which can be integrated in any Python, TypeScript, Swift, JVM-based application. The other one would be to choose a hosted Prism agent with a REST API. While the SDK is limited to only certain use cases, you only can get the full experience by using the hosted Prism agent. The Credential Builder is an application which now sits on top of Prism agents and allows the user to interact with multiple agents or other wallets with a simple UI. So let's try that out. Head over to credentialbuilder.blocktrust.dev. You are greeted with a welcome message as well as links to all the relevant documentation. If you already have an API key, enter it here together with the instance you want to connect to. If you're still missing an API key, use the links provided to join the Prism Pioneer program. Once set up, not just one but multiple agents, we can start connecting them with each other. Let's first connect the issuer with the holder. In the next step, we will create a DID for the issuer, which is the requirement for issuing verifiable credentials. We now also have to use the Publish button to publish the DID to the blockchain. This usually takes a while, so we will speed it up here a little bit. If you're interested to see what is written to the blockchain exactly, you can follow this link to another project of ours, the Analytics platform. Back at the Credential Builder, we can now issue a credential from one agent to the other. We select Issuer on one agent and Holder on the other agent. We now use a previously established connection to issue a simple credential. After sending out the offer, we have to wait just a few seconds until the offer appears at the holder. The holder can now review and accept the offer, and we can see it being issued. When we now go back to the holder, we see the received credential and we can store it for later use. But having a credential is not the full story. Usually there's someone who also wants to see and verify it. This could be an application or another human. For this reason, we set up a third agent we have named Verifier. First, we have to connect the verifier to the holder, and then the verifier can use that connection to request a so-called presentation from the holder. We now see an incoming presentation request on the holder side, which we now can accept. The verifier then receives the presentation and can check if it fulfills its requirements. That concludes a very basic introduction of the Credential Builder. The application offers even more features, like the support for schemas, and is also able to connect to external wallets, like our Blocktrust Identity wallet, but that's beyond the scope of this video. For more information on us and all the other things we are building based on the Tala Prism, head over to blocktrust.dev. Happy coding!